Hey guys, how are you doing? Oh, sorry, I have to put the on volume. Hold on. How are you doing? Oh, sorry, I have to put on. There you go. How are you? How are you crazy doing out there? Just gonna do a real short live. Yep, it's me. I'm here. I didn't even tell Maz I was going live. Wow. I've been reading all these comments. Just been reading them all, right? I'm running for my DUI. The people have run me out of town. I'm going to jail forever. Forever. I'm going to jail forever. I'm doing all this hard time. Am I? Guys, why don't you Google, literally, a second offense DUI in Georgia? It's a misdemeanor. There's no jail time. Literally. Right? And being that a Google .064, and it was a DUI less safe, probably fucking betting that it's going to get knocked down to reckless driving. I don't know. I'm just saying. And all these tapes that you're sending to the judge, all these tapes that you're sending to the DA, guess what? That has nothing to do with my case. It has nothing to do with my case, right? It has nothing to do with my case. So even though you want to try to prove a point, they can't be biased. They can't be biased. Just like if you've watched court cases in the true crime community, somebody could essay and R 1,000 people. 1,000. They could essay and R 1,000 people, but they're only tried for that one person that they essay and they R. And it pisses people off because they know that they've essayed and R'd 1,000 people. They know it. We watch court cases all the time. We watch them all the time. And you know that they've essayed and they've R'd 1,000 people. But what happens when you go to court? They're only tried on that one case. Only on that one case. Because a judge and a DA, they can't be biased. They can't. They're only charged on that one charge. So good luck, Taylor Love. Good luck, Southern Mutton, on wasting your fucking time and sending all these tapes to the DA and the judge. Because you did just what you're doing. You're wasting your time. Because it can't be entered into evidence. Because it's not evidence in my case. It has nothing to do with my DUI less safe. So go fuck yourself. Right? Go fuck yourself. It has nothing to do, no weight, no balance on the case that's going in front of the judge. So go fuck yourself. I'm not going to jail for years on a second offense. A DUI in Georgia is a misdemeanor. You can drag up all the records that you think you want from out of state. It's not going to weigh in on a second offense misdemeanor fucking traffic violation. My lives are not going to weigh in with the fucking DA, right? Read the law. Read what I'm going to be maxed sentence at, right? What do you mean I'm going to jail for years? What do you mean this is going to happen to me? What do you mean that's going to happen to me? Literally, go fuck yourselves. You can wish in one hand and shit in the other, and guess what you're going to get? Shit. Shit. You're going to get shit. You've been coming after me for years. You've been wanting all these bad things to happen to me, right? But they're not going to happen. They're not going to happen. They're just not going to happen. Do you understand that? They're not going to happen. Now, I'm reading all this stuff, and I don't even know. This is going to be a very short live. So, apparently, the insurance was in Etienne's name. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The title was never transferred in my name. Correct. So I could never register the car in my name because the title was never in my name. Right? That is why the registration was in Etienne's name. However, when I insured the car, I was the insured driver with Etienne insured as a non-driver. Right? It's not illegal. It's not illegal. Called the insurance company before we were divorced. I'm like, hey, we're going through a divorce. The title is in my ex-husband's name. He lives out of state. It's not titled in my name, but I'm the only driver. So guess what? I was the only insured driver to drive the Jeep, even though it was titled in Etienne's name. There's no fucking insurance fraud. I don't know. Do yourself a favor. Call your insurance company and see if you can do that. Tell them, hey, just hypothetically, hey, I'm going through a divorce. The title's in my ex-husband's name, but I need insurance on the car because I'm the only person driving and it's my car. Right? Imagine that. I read that ATN paid the car off on June 1st, and I was supposed to get it transferred. Guys, let me tell you something. I told my other Jeep, right? And when I found that Jeep, We bought the Jeep in Pennsylvania. We did. And guess what ATN did? He paid cash for the fucking Jeep. I love all these people just making up these rumors about shit, right? When that Jeep was bought, it was bought in Pennsylvania and it was paid cash for. Cash, right? ATN paid cash for the Jeep. And it cost $750. If y'all want to dig. Let me light a cigarette. I'm sorry. ATN and I were separated at that time. We were. I was living in this house and he was living in the other house in Columbus and we were separated. We were. If you don't remember, that first Jeep that got totaled, it was a suicide attempt. It was. And ATN and I were separated. And I was actually in a rental for a month and a half because it took me a month and a half to find the Jeep that I wanted to replace the other Jeep that I totaled for the DUI that was a suicide attempt. Just, right? So I was in a rental for a month and a half. And then I finally found a car in Pennsylvania, the Jeep that is totaled now, that I liked. So ATN made some phone calls and we found it on eBay Motors, right? It was in Pennsylvania. ATN paid cash for that fucking Jeep. He didn't pay the Jeep off on June 1st. Are you fucking crazy? He paid cash for that Jeep. It was shipped from Pennsylvania. Actually, because we were separated, I was going to fly up and get the Jeep and drive it home. But if you actually look at the dates, I think the Jeep was bought, if you want to do internet sleuthing, bitches, the Jeep was bought February 23rd of 2019. Now, go look at the weather conditions in Pennsylvania, February 23rd of 2019. Go look at the weather. If y'all want to be like diggers, go dig, right? We decided to have the Jeep shipped to us instead of me flying up and doing a road trip because that's what I wanted to do, right? The Jeep was delivered February 23rd of 2019. AT and I met in the parking lot of Walmart because that's where that big rig that ships all those cars could park to deliver my Jeep. February 23rd of 2019, right? I met AT in there with the truck. I had the rental car. The Jeep was unloaded in the parking lot of Walmart on Whittlesey Road, right? ATN followed me with, I don't know the Jeep. I don't remember. I mean, I brought the rental car back, but I don't remember if he followed me with the Jeep or his truck. But we dropped the rental car off at the airport, right? Because I drove it for a month and a half. And then we came back and we got the Jeep. Don't remember if ATN drove the Jeep or his truck. I don't remember. See, that part is a little shady to me, right? But we dropped the rental car off. We went back to Walmart. I got in that Jeep and I drove back home. Right? I got my Jeep. I went to bed that night and I fell asleep on the sofa. Let's fill in the blanks, guys. I fell asleep on the sofa. ATN and I were separated. I got my Jeep, drove it back here. We were separated. I went to bed. I fell asleep on the sofa that night. I got up off the sofa and I went to walk in the bedroom. Now, when you walk in our bedroom, ATN used to sleep on the side of the bed by the door, and I slept on the side by the windows. And I collapsed and I had my fucking stroke. That night. I got my Jeep that day, and that night is when I had my massive stroke. I don't know why ATN answered the phone because we're kind of talking at the time. And I got locked on my iPhone, but I think I called him around 7 o'clock that morning, which would have been, 13, 14 hours after I owned my new Jeep. And he came up that morning, and that's when he realized I had a massive stroke. I wasn't faking it. By the way, guys, speaking of my stroke, go to my Facebook. I've been posting things public for the past few days. I have. I'm posting a lot of things public for the past few days. The guitars that belong to ATN. My fake stroke, right? The reason why my driver's license says 125 pounds. Yeah, dig in, bitches. Right, dig in, bitches. I've been posting everything public for the past couple of days, so dig in, bitches. Oops. I wonder why I have weight issues. I wonder why I do. I actually posted on my Facebook page today a memory from when I had my stroke. And there were 70 comments from my non-friends, right? 70 from my non-friends. And the non-friends, that posted, they all knew about Taylor. So go ahead, fucking whatever. Are you really going to be so psycho to try to contact people? But I actually posted something today on my Facebook page that said, I went from 110 to 123 and I had my stroke in February. I went from 110 to 123 from February to December. And I completely explained about my stroke meds. And I actually completely explained that ATN was body shaming me about it. Imagine that. And how could I make that up? Right? That was in 2019. That was in December of 2019. How could I just all of a sudden imagine and make up that my husband was body shaming me in 2019 for getting up to 123 pounds and explaining that when I worked out and I still had a blood clot in my brain stem, how could I make all that up? How could I? I mean, it was a memory shared from December of 2019. I'm making all of my Facebook posts public, and I was never on the movie. I was never in movies. I never body doubled, and I never did stand-ins. Right? I picked up background shit when I didn't work on set. You did. I'm starting to make all my shit public. Because I lie about everything. Nah, I'm making all my shit public. And those guitars were ATMs. They weren't mine. Yeah, go look at my fucking past 2 days of post. Because I flew to New York. I was in New York at this time. I don't know, a couple years, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I don't know when. But yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't, there weren't my guitars. I wasn't in New York. I didn't go get Poppy to sign my guitar at this time, right? Everything about that I've said to you is a lie. I'm sorry. I don't know how many receipts I can show you, except Facebook memories and many comments from people that commented, legit, that commented while it was happening. So I'm showing receipts. I'm just making my Facebook my fucking public, right? I'm making it public for you guys. What are you gonna do? Stalk people that are like really my real life friends? The people that I don't have that ignore me. I mean, people are trying to get under my skin. I don't care. I don't know your Facebook name. It's really easy. Michelle Lola Montez Sabate. Hello. Pretty fucking easy to find. How you know that I'm lying because my mouth is moving? Am I? Because I'm fucking sharing receipts on my fucking Facebook. I'm sharing receipts like public. So really, I'm lying because my mouth is moving. No bitches. Now, let's address a few other things because I'm not going to be on long. I'm just making a little PSA. Apparently, I'm moving because I'm running away from my DUIs. Guys, let me tell you something. Hypothetically, if my house sold in 2 weeks, it takes 30 days to close. Do you really think I'm picking up and moving in a week or two? No, I'm not. No, I'm not moving in a week or two. You guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely insane. You think I'm running from court? Of course I'm not running from court. I will show up. A judge will see me in court. I will be in court. I paid a bond, and I will be in front of a judge. You're stupid. You're fucking stupid. Now, as for the boyfriend, I told you that my boyfriend goes out of town. I said that before. And I told you that you were wrong, thinking that the guy owned a towing company or owned a body shop. I slipped and said my boyfriend owns, and then I said his friend does. And I'm really sorry that I referred to him as a friend. I mean, yeah, he's a friend. I mean, I said from the beginning that he's not marriage material, right? I said from the beginning, let me check these comments. Anyone or Facebook name? Are you going to be... Okay, so another thing. You guys keep saying I'm an addict, right? You keep saying that. So I had an appointment with my psychiatrist on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and I was being really irritable with him. And I was supposed to get blood work done, I don't know, for like 4 months. And he's like, I'm not... He was just like, Michelle, have you done your blood work? Have you done your blood work? And I'm like, no. So he was like on my ass the other day about not getting my blood work done. And I was being very flippant to him. Right? And he's like, when is the last time you've done a pee test? I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, I think you need to do a urine test right now. And I was like, fine, fuck you. Like, literally, he pissed me off. My psychiatrist pissed me off because I've been in a very pissy mood. Ironically, pun on words, pissy. Go lay down. And he's like, great. And he's like, go do a piss test. I'm like, okay, well, I'm at fucking DMV, and I'll go piss for you as soon as I get done. So, guys, in 45 minutes, I went and pissed. In 45 minutes. And there's like this solution that they put in the toilets now to where if your piss gets in there, it like discolors it. I had to pee so bad. And I pissed like a fucking racehorse. And the only thing that's going to show up in my system is, oh my God, Xanax. Oh my God. And when they draw the blood work on me, guess what? It's not going to be off the charts. Because like I keep saying, I'm supposed to take 2 1 milligram Xanax a day. I take a half in the morning, and I take 1 at night. And most of the time, I forget to take my sleeping meds. So you guys say I'm so addicted, right? And another thing about my kid was addicted to H. My kid's never fucking drank. My kid has never drank. But you keep saying all the medicine I'm on, all the addictions I have. Guys, I drink. That's it. I drink. I'm prescribed Xanax because I have high anxiety levels. That's it. Do you understand that? Period. You think I'm addicted to all this shit, and I'm not. Your mind's run wild. Your mind's absolutely run wild. I mean, like, people saying ATN paid the Jeep off June 1st. Fuck you. He paid cash for the Jeep the day we got it. ATN's a void nerd. Let me tell you something about ATN not answering my text. ATN was hunting in the woods in Mississippi, and that's why he did not get my text messages, right? The night I did my live and said he hasn't answered me for 3 days, well, guess what? I got a phone call from him the next day. And we talked for like almost 3 hours. Legit. I don't have to show you receipts, but I screenshot like shit that people were commenting on my live, like comments the next day. And he's like, Michelle, I don't talk to these fucking people. I don't want any part of that YouTube bullshit drama. Legit. He's like, I don't want any part of that shit. And these people are gaslighting you. Fuck them. They're gaslighting you. So I will say again that you are not talking to Etienne. 100% you are not talking to my ex-husband. You are coming with facts. You are twisting facts. And you are not talking to my ex-husband. Lucy, you don't have an inside source to my ex-husband. You don't. You are trying to gaslight me and upset me. And I legit talked to Etienne for like 3 hours on the phone. Now, I'm not going to say anything else about my ex-husband. You were killing your. Okay, I'm killing my social media accounts, but I'm not killing my Facebook. Okay, I'm killing fucking YouTube and like Rumble. I'm not taking Facebook off. Fuck you. I'm not losing my Facebook. I'm just gonna shut it down. And I mean, there might be some infiltrators that have got there, but I'm not killing my Facebook. I like my Facebook is people I've been friends with like when I was like 6 years old. Like I went to elementary school. So I'm not killing my Facebook. When I said social media, whoa, back up. I'm not killing my Facebook. But I will do no more lives. I'm gonna turn off YouTube. I'm walking away. I'm turning off Rumble. I'm walking away. But I'm not killing Facebook. So when I said social media, okay, step back, fuck you. I'm not killing my Facebook because of a bunch of fucking psycho people that are in a drama community that no one actually even knows about. And like I said before, I accidentally landed on Molly Golightly on Facebook watching like a video and a scroll video and a scroll video and actually accidentally landed on Molly, right? But I'm going back to my real life. I'm literally going back to my real life. And I'm going back home. And you're like, you don't have a home in New Orleans. Man, fuck you. New Orleans is my home. And then I see rumors like, well, she only lived in New Orleans for 5 years. That's 18 years. Bitch, I almost want to post a copy of my birth certificate. I was born at Methodist Hospital in New Orleans, Louisiana, and they closed Methodist Hospital after Katrina, and it's named something else, but it's on Reed Road in New Orleans, Louisiana. Like I've been there so long that they've changed the name of the damn hospital that I was born in. You stalked my mom and dad. I mean, you know who they are, you stalkers. Why don't you look at where my mom went to high school? Why don't you look up my grandfather's obituary and see where he was born, right? My grandfather came from Greece when he was 5 and landed in New Orleans, but I'm not from there, right? I'm not. I'm not from there. What other rumors have I heard? Oh, let's see. Because I'm not reading my chat. Right. So I'm not reading my chat. What other rumors have I heard? Because this is going to be a really short live. I'm just killing all the rumors. You know, I'm in a way because people in my town have run me off. Um, let's see. Let's see. Settings. Settings. Camera. Back cam. Okay. Oh, yeah. I know. The boyfriend took the car away from me, did he? Did he? Yeah. That's another rumor that I heard. Yeah. Sure he did. Right. Oh, boom. Oh, boom. Right. You know, because I kind of was being blasé about the car when you asked me about it. Yeah. There you go. Receipts. Yeah. The car's gone too, right? Isn't it? Oh, fuck. Right. 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 The car's gone too, isn't it? No, it's not. No, it's not. You just heard me open the door and shut it. But the car's gone too. Hmm. Hmm. Guys, you got the guy at the body shop wrong. I read some comments that my boyfriend is married. Thank you. That my boyfriend's married and he was home on Thanksgiving and somebody called the father-in-law or the father to say that I was going to marry a guy. Guys, you got the wrong guy. You have the wrong guy. And now I see rumors that he was home on Thanksgiving. That's why he didn't buy me out of jail and blah, 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 blah. You have the wrong guy. You 100% have the wrong guy. So is your new man? No, he's not moving back to New Orleans with me. It's not that serious. Like I said, power couple, but like not enough. No, no. I'm going back home. I'm going back. Like I moved here with Etienne. I moved here because I fell in love with Etienne, right? And when I said I don't like my real friends are back home, I mean like the people that I grew up with, like the people I went to school with, like the people that I've known forever. And then I read rumors that, well, she has no friends in Georgia. Yes, I have friends here. Of course I have friends here. But like the people that I grew up with, like the people I went to school with, like the people I've known for decades, like they live there. And I want to go back to like my home, like places I'm familiar with, like friends that I've been friends with for decades. Like, yes, I have friends here, but not like the friends I have in New Orleans. And I said I'd never move back to New Orleans. Well, you know, I talked to a few people that kind of talked me into going back home. And yes, I've heard she has no home in New Orleans. Guys, I do. Guys, I do. So I think, yeah, I mean, that's why I moved. Yeah, that's why I moved to Georgia. What is your definition of power couple? I mean, like we were happy together. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna rock this shit. But you know what? Um, I've always said that I don't want to get married again. I've always said like but he's not married. I mean, he's not marriage material. I mean, I'm going home, and everybody's like, oh, the next rumor. I'm going home so that my son can pay my bills and I can move in with him. Guys, my son is in a halfway house. So unless I plan on moving in a halfway house and having my son pay me, I don't know, like I think he made $3.20 this week. I just don't understand how my son can pay my bills on $3.20, right? Oh yeah, my son is like balling. My son is balling in the bills. He's balling. He's balling. Yes, I moved to Georgia because I met Etienne and like we got super serious after like 3 weeks, right? it sounds crazy, but like after 3 weeks, we just like kind of had a connection. And he moved like 3 weeks after we were dating. And like every other weekend, on my own motherfucking dime, on my own motherfucking dime, I flew to Atlanta and paid for a hotel. And he would drive from Columbus. No, he paid for the hotel, I'm sorry. But on my dime, I flew to Atlanta. And it was like an hour and 10-minute flight to Atlanta. And he was living in Columbus. And so when he got off work, he drove an hour and 10 minutes and he paid for a hotel, like, and we would spend the weekend together. And then the next weekend, he would drive to New Orleans and come see me. So every weekend, AT and I saw each other. From like January until December of that year, we spent every weekend together. Every weekend. Every other weekend, I flew to Atlanta. Every other weekend, Etienne drove to New Orleans. Correct? Every weekend, we spent together until December. And I told Etienne, since you think I was like, she just moved in. No, I told Etienne I would never move to Georgia unless he was ready to make a serious commitment. And in the end of November, he said, why don't you give up your place? And I said, do you know what that means? And he said, yes, I know what that means. Correct. That's when I gave up my place uptown that I was paying $1,800 a month rent for, right? All of my utilities and everything else. I didn't run to Etienne because Etienne made all this money. As a matter of fact, let me set the record straight. And they were like, Etienne already bought this house and you shacked up with him. No, ma'am. No, ma'ams and man. Etienne moved here in February and he could not find a house that he wanted to rent in a good neighborhood. And all the nice houses he found were in shit neighborhoods, right? So Etienne used his VA loan and he bought a house and his mortgage was like, I don't know, $1,000. And that was way cheaper than renting. So in February of 2016, Etienne bought a house in Columbus, Georgia. Not here in Pine Mountain, in Columbus, right? In 2016. And he asked me to move in with him in the beginning of December. Check my Facebook. It shows me day before yesterday, finally moving up to Georgia. Matter of fact, it says, I'm getting serious. Because ATN drove a U-Haul and I sold pretty much everything I owned because we both had 2 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses, right? And we moved into a 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath house that he bought in Columbus, not Pine Mountain. And the house was tiny because I had a huge 3-bedroom, 2-bath house around the corner from his mother. And if you counted it, it was technically 3 houses down. And ATN had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in El Paso. And all of his furniture was in storage because he PCS and he was rolling out of the military, right? So ATN uses VA home loan to buy a house because it was cheaper to buy instead of to rent in the neighborhood he wanted to live in. So he bought the house in February. I moved here in the beginning of December, right? And his Christmas present to himself, because he's never been married, never had kids, right? Was he paid the fucking house off for Christmas. That was the house on Cooper in Columbus, right? And I moved in the beginning of December. So I fucking hated our neighbor and so did ATN. Correct. Now, I told Etienne I was not giving up my house until he was ready to make a solid commitment. Etienne asked me before Christmas to give up my home in New Orleans and to move to Columbus with him, with the intention that I was not giving up my home and moving away from my friends and my hometown to a different state where I didn't know anyone. Etienne made the commitment before Christmas. Understand, girls and boys. Now, we had the world's worst fucking Karen neighborhood, and I hate cats. And the house that he bought was across the street from a vacant lot. And it happened to be a feral cat community. In other words, they take feral cats, they clip their ears, they fix them, and they fucking feed them. Right? So we had like 20 fucking feral cats across the street from us. And I hate cats. I fucking hate cats. I'm allergic to them. I fucking hate cats. And they were shitting in our flower beds. And we'd crack the door because we smoked. And they would get in our house during the winter. And I fucking hated my neighbor because she fed the motherfuckers. Oh my God. Shame on you, Michelle. You hate cats. I fucking hate cats. I'm a dog person. And the neighbor and I kept getting into it and kept getting into it. No, it was not because I was vile. It was because she was up our ass in our business. We wanted to put a privacy fence up for Sadie, one of our dogs that passed away in front of our house. It was the first dog AT and I got together. She was a Belgian Malinois. Go through my Facebook pictures, you'll see Sadie. She was beautiful. And that was the first dog AT and I got together, and we wanted to put up a fence. We needed a fence, and we had to put up a privacy fence. And the bitch wanted us to put up a chain link fence so she could spy on us all the time, right? And she fought us, and we had to go to the historic district and get friggin' plans and shit. And then we found out that her chain link fence was like 1.5 inches on our property. And I was gonna make the bitch tear up because she was such a cunt to us. I was gonna make her remove her fence. And ATN, I was sitting on Columbus garage sales one day, and this house popped up with a video, and I was like, ATN, this house is so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And it was in Hamilton. And ATN's like, Michelle, that house is in the mountains. It's probably like 2.5 hours away. I cannot commute that far to the house. So ATN talked to one of his coworkers, and his coworker's like, ATN, I live right outside of Hamilton. It's like a 40-minute drive to work, straight shot on the interstate. So ATM came home the next day and he's like, yeah, I talked to one of my coworkers. He actually lives about 10 miles from me, from there. Let's go look at it. I found the house, I think, on a Tuesday or a Wednesday on Columbus Garage Sales. Correct? We went, looked at the house on Saturday. We put an offer in the house on Saturday. We closed while we were together because I moved in December. Go look at my Facebook of me packing and moving to Columbus. We were together, living together in a house that he owned and paid cash for Christmas and completely owned. We looked at this house at the end of mid of June. We closed on this house in July together. And everybody, the contractors, everybody kept calling me his wife. And we closed on June 1st. And about, like, I don't know, June 5th or something, I was sitting on the steps by our kitchen. And I'm like, Etienne, like, everybody in town keeps saying I'm your wife. Like, they keep saying I'm your wife. I'm like, I mean, I guess we should get married. That's exactly what I said to him. I didn't trap him. I was like, I mean, fuck. I mean, we live in a small town. Everybody keeps saying, like, I'm your wife. I mean, fucking, I guess we should get married. This is how it went down, guys. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I guess we should. I mean, I told you when you moved up in December that I was going to marry you. I was like, it was very nonchalant. And he's like, well, when's the next holiday? He's like, well, I guess next holiday is like Memorial Day. I was like, well, fuck it. It's a 3 weekend. Why don't we get married? Bam. That's how we discussed getting married. So I guess I fucking trapped him because ATM's like, when's the next 3-day holiday? And he's like, well, Memorial Day. So let's get married. And guess what? We got married September 2nd, Memorial Day weekend. Oh, yeah. I so trapped him. So he bought the house before we got married. Yeah. We closed July 1st and we got married September 2nd. It wasn't like he owned this house and I moved in with him and I trapped him. Right? And we kept Cooper for like 2 years and used it as rental property. And I actually rented the property and it was paid for. Cooper was paid for. I rented that property and that property paid the mortgage here, guys. So don't act like she didn't do anything to help with this house. Yeah, ATM didn't give a shit about Cooper. It was paid for. I was like the landlord. I dealt with tenants. If you look up 808 Cooper, there's actually a mother-in-law apartment in the back. And so I dealt with not one tenant, but 2 tenants. One of which was a Dateline. We didn't know this because it was because the lady that lived in our house went to one of her friends. It was like a Dateline NBC like child predator thing, right? And that's how we got Sadie, the black German Shepherd. It was her. It was Brian's dog, Brian Coughlin. Go look it up. Yeah, he was like one of 22 people that got busted in some child predatoring, right? But yeah, I made sure that Cooper was rented and Cooper paid the mortgage on here. So don't ever act like I didn't do anything to help with this house. I maintained as a landlord, not one, but 2 tenants and kept this rented. So by the way, go fuck yourselves. And I have one last thing to say. Hashtag, capital letters, bold print, underline. Michelle always wins. I'm not running for my court date, but I have a lot of surprises for you bitches. So keep talking. Keep making up lies about me. But in the end, you're all going to be fucking shocked. And when I say that I'm going to fuck you all over, and I'm not talking about people that donate because I haven't dropped my Cash App in forever. But when I say that my exit from YouTube is going to be fucking epic, epic, I mean it. My exit from YouTube is going to be so fucking epic that I'm going to leave you all speechless. 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 So y'all keep planning and planning and planning on what you think you're going to do to me. Keep planning it. Keep making more and more plans, right? So I'm going to say, as I say goodbye, usually, and I'm going to say it first. If nobody told you they love you, I love you. You have a purpose, great, and you're stronger than you know. But here's my exit on this video, on this live. Hashtag, exclamation point, bold print, underline, bold. Michelle always wins. And keep up all your planning because my exit from YouTube is going to be epic. And it's not going to be with a gun in my mouth, fuckers. I'm going to log off and I'm going to read this chat because I've just been talking to my phone. But I'm going to leave a lot of people crying, a lot of people punching air, and a lot of pissed off fucking people. And it's not going to be my followers. So anyway, guys, have a good night. You take that, you run with it, you twist it through your heads, and you make up more lies and more, oh, well, she's going to do this, she's going to do that. Yeah, I'm not running from court. Just know that I'm not running for court. I will be present in front of the judge for all of my hearings, just so you know. But here's a great big fuck you to my haters. And I probably won't log on after this. I don't know. I might, but just as an update, right? So, fuck you haters. Followers, thank you very much. And, hey, followers, I got a whole bunch of surprises coming in, but I just have to keep my lips sealed. So, haters, stay tuned. Love you.